So I think what makes the powder coated tumbler special with CO2 lasers, it's the combination of those things that's special, because you are using the CO2 laser that's going to mow through any color regardless, as long as the power's high enough, and the tumbler is essentially a bulletproof backing that you're not going to hurt with the CO2 laser. That's not the case with the Romark, right? With the Romark, you've got burnable, meltable acrylic underneath a very thin layer of burnable, meltable
burning
acrylic.
Point is very low.
So I think that the reflectivity is going to play a much larger role in your settings that you end up putting down range color wise for something like Romark, where you don't have that bulletproof backstop.
Boom. Lights or no?
What's up, guys? What? Lights? Always.
Lights or no? Lights, okay.
I like the lights.
Yeah, lights.
I would like headphones. Would be good.
Oh my god.
So I don't have to listen to myself talk all night.
Do you have to listen to yourself talk?
I do at the moment.
Oh my god. All right. Talk.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Laser Source Podcast, the #1 podcast if you like behind the scenes content. Just kidding. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Up, and Kyle's here. What's up, man?
Hey.
Do.
How we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
So yeah, we're here. It's just a shoot the shit day, guys. We're working on a couple new guests. We'll probably have them on in the next couple weeks or so. But until then, we're just kind of kicking it. We're hanging out. You guys know how this podcast goes. So that's it. I've literally not come prepared with anything today. I have been uploading some videos. Have you guys seen the new video yet? Kyle's very proud of it. So if you haven't, make sure you go watch it. It's a UV tutorial. One of our first on the channel. We've really been steering away from UV coverage for a really long time. And Kyle finally took one for the team and bit the bullet and threw a tutorial together. And it looks great. Just the B-roll alone is like super saucy. I'm a big fan.
I really enjoyed that project, actually.
Yeah, it was a good one for sure.
It was very satisfying.
Not only, and if you guys watch it, you'll see like not only is there like right on the actual like cylindrical part of the cup, but like on the bottom too. Like, super nice.
I did. Yeah, I did basically a reverse engrave on the base. So like, if they ever drink from it, it's like who it's from. It's cool.
You can read while you drink and practice being cross-eyed.
So
this is a screenshot for you.
I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Laura's asking how your back is feeling tonight. Does it hurt?
Yeah,
From carrying the channel? All that weight?
Hey, I carry it part-time. My one shoulder, like right there.
Hey, you got a little knot. Twinge.
No, Matt's been going nuts on LMA. He's been an MVP over there. Actually,
MVP.
Yeah, we love Matt over there. We love Matt in general, but yeah, I lifted something a little weird in my back. My lower back's just a little unhappy, but
yeah, the channel it's heavy.
All right.
True Tech says I'm new to lasers. I'm machine and shipping. That's cool.
Woo! Congrats.
What was your first pick? What'd you bite?
What hooked you?
Lori's asking if Laura has a new laser. She does. You guys spent a little time with her, and by a little, I mean a lot, right? Getting that set up.
She actually had it really well done. Laura is one of those people who is so smart, but tries to downplay it like she's not, like low key. She was like, Matt, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing. I don't know. And then she was like, instantly, I was like, send me a picture of what you got, and it's all put together. And she's like, I'm having a hard time with the settings now. And then immediately she had all the settings done. And then she's like, I'll never be able to burn nothing with this. And then like 10 minutes later, she had like her first test burn done, and it was literally perfect. And I was just like, you crushed it, Laura. So just saying, like, we kind of were like the guide on the side, just helping her flap those wings. So she nailed it. Mwah, delicious, crisp.
You guys were
With an
there
accent,
for
with an amazing accent.
emotional support.
Yeah.
Emotional support animals.
By the way, I use that same voice for any woman over 30. Pretty accurate, except a lot of times it's either New York or whatever that was. I'm not sure what that voice was, but I think I nailed it. I love Laura's accent.
I don't know what it is, but when you say that voice, it reminds me of the old guy from 8 Crazy Nights. When he sings, it's a technical foul.
This is a Melvin right here. Oh, that laser is so colorful. Oh, my eye.
Melvin voice.
Yeah.
No, she does not have a Melvin voice. Let's say it's been a little bit of time.
No,
with me.
True Tech does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I built a CNC machine from scratch 20 years ago. Like I can hear it.
I see Kyle made a proper desk box shelf thingy. You want to chat about that?
Oh, look at that. Ooh, good eye.
It's kind of wired in, so I don't want to pull it away. Maybe I can zoom. Well,
Imagine a rectangle.
We were trying to have those set up by the podcast tonight, which of course didn't happen because we're terrible at estimating times, but Kyle will tell you what those are.
I just work here.
So these are the mini PCs. There are 2 of the mini PCs that I reviewed, but they're functioning as stream servers for, future stream servers for LETV and LE Talk Radio. I kind of took a thing that wasn't intended to be a thing that I used it for, and I turned it into that thing by customizing it and tuning it for what I need, and then also cutting some air holes. So it was a nice little 5-10 minute project plus glue job. And I did a little video on kind of how I walk through it, because we get a lot of questions about how do I design something, or like very generic, like people don't know where to start sometimes. And sometimes you just have to pick an anchoring point, start from there, and make it what you need. So I just kind of talked through the process of how I do that.
Nice. It's a short one, short and sweet.
Yeah. So that'll be coming soon. But yeah, that's what that is.
One of you guys made little shelvies too, right?
Matt made shelves.
I made shelves.
Have you talked about those at all?
I am going to be making a video about it soon, because I know that, like, you see the boxes, like the video for it, and you think, oh, it's just boxes, but it's really not. It's a bunch of amazing things. So let me grab it.
Yay. 2 little previews, 2 channel previews for you guys tonight.
A little sneaky peeky.
And because, if you want to zoom in on me, I got to back up for you to see it, actually. So this is literally, I mean, this is pretty big. It's like, again, lots of space. So this is actually a really nice, you can kind of see the hanging holes that it's already designed into it. And I made it this big because it literally fits on my shelf in a certain spot. You can see my jig pieces I got from Helloboy, like Frank Helloboy products that are in there right now. But I made this out of the 1/8 plywood, and it's really, really nice. I mean, it's sturdy as heck. It's really cool. And it took me about 2 minutes to punch in the, like, what I wanted the measurements to be and everything like that. And then it generated it for me, and I cut them out probably about 10 minutes, put it together in maybe like 10-ish minutes with just a little mallet, no glue, no nothing. I mean, it's dope, dude. So long story short, I'm going to show people just a few different types of projects, just a quick highlight video again, because like people need to go check out that tool, I feel like. And it's probably going to be like a short, like something that's maybe like a 2-minute long video, kind of highlighting some of the cool things you can do. It says way cleaner lines than CNC. Yeah, I mean, it literally, there is no air gap. It just right together. And that's because the website allows you to have really, really precise measurements down to the hundredths. I mean, you could probably go thousands. It probably rounds up, but it's pretty dope. So just saying.
Nice.
Yeah. And you can also tune your kerf in too.
Yep. And it's got a few options that I didn't go over before. I don't think Kyle has either, that we might go into on that video.
I have, but I don't use them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's one of those things where, like, it's good to know what they do, but it really doesn't. It's not like a 10-15 minute video long kind of thing, because anybody can go in there and play with it. And the nice thing is you can make those literally this big. You can make them the size of what Kyle made, so like smaller, you know. You can make them like two inches by 2 inches, too deep, and just put them underneath. So I've got another file that I'm going to make for the video that I'm putting underneath my monitors so that I have all the things. Because whenever we do trainings and stuff, I'm always like, you can ask Kyle or anybody who's taking a training with us. I'm always looking around like, okay, wait, I have that somewhere. Hold on, I've got that coin, and I just want to be able to turn around and grab it.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
I mean, I don't adjust for kerf, and the reason why is the default settings work for me. I literally assembled this for our December, one of our December videos. I can't get it apart to glue it. It's thick and it's firm and it ain't going anywhere. So
sounds like a threat.
This went from being a gift to this is now mine, and I made another one for the gift. So
nice.
Yeah.
Quick shout out over to Michael for actually taking the time to decode my binary in the description.
Yeah.
You're the only one. So good job. And also, I've been spending a lot of time, and I just wanted to apologize to you guys that are listening or watching right now, working on my EasyCAD for Mac OS, essentially like mini series over here. It's finally done, and it's an incredibly specific set of videos that solve an incredibly specific problem for an incredibly small amount of people. But it's something that I've gotten enough questions about that I figured I would just show you guys how to do it. And it was important to me that I just got this done because it's been so long since I finished anything. We've started like 80,000 new projects at Laser Everything, and I haven't finished a single one of them. I had this entire series already shot. I edited it all myself. I didn't weigh Jess's time down with it, asking her to do it. I literally sat at my desk. I edited my own video. It was like old times. And it's really pretty interesting, especially if you're a Mac user. The real key takeaway is that you can't virtualize Windows and use drivers for an x86 chipset. If you don't know what I'm saying, then it doesn't matter. So we emulate everything. All of the hardware down to the processor gets emulated in order to run x86 drivers on an ARM CPU. That's Apple Silicon. So it's a pretty neat little series, and we do some magic in it, and I think that it's super cool. I'm probably just nerding out over it. Kyle thinks it's interesting, and Matt, I think, could care less.
I don't know what it. But I just thumbs up because it's cool looking. Like, look at those windows looking all windowy. Those are rectangles.
Yeah. So that's, if you're wondering whether or not you would enjoy watching this, are you a Kyle or a Matt? Because if you're a Kyle, you'd probably think it's fun. And if you're a Matt, you'd probably think that you're hungry. So
yeah, I think it's fun. And I haven't touched an Apple computer since like 1998.
It's just it's just like a thing where it's like you shouldn't be able to do it, and yet it works. And that's
I had an apple the other day. It was a golden delicious.
Everybody believes you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said the name of the.
That's where I'm at with Apple stuff. I have an apple. Oh, hey, look at this. What?
Laura.
Bucks. Oh my goodness.
Stop.
Lady.
You're too nice.
You're the best.
You, Laura.
She's like, it doesn't end there. I've also got you a granola bar. Make sure you're eating.
That's what I told her the other day. I was like, do you know how many times you helped us at LVX? She literally, this woman.
We talk about it every day.
She single-handedly kept the team alive at LBX.
Basically, because I'd be like, hey, Alex, you want food? And he's like, no food for anybody. We got to go climb up trees and throw wires into things.
Yeah.
It was wild. Let's see. All right. Anyways.
My wife in the comments talking shit as usual.
Let's go. Darren F says, hello, guys. I have a question. I'm looking to purchase a 60-watt MOPA. Two companies have a similar product, Monport versus CommMarker. Do you folks have a preference or recommendations? Thank you.
Monport has, I think, 3 series going currently that are all-in-ones. This is a split style system, so you have the tower and everything up here, and the box with the source and the power is down below for me, but it's physically separated. Whereas an all-in-one, you have that box as the base, essentially. And the tower sits on top of it. If that's the type of laser you want, there are a couple of brands that do that. Momport is one of them. Unfortunately, we haven't reviewed or had our hands on one, so we don't really have like an official opinion on them. CommMarker, we did get one of their pre-production units. So in all fairness, we technically didn't have a version of the machine that anybody else is going to get. It was pre-production. It was kind of hand-built as a one-off. So we don't really know what their production units are like either. But we do know that they are responsive, and we have heard from a couple of people in the community that they did hold true to some of the changes that they said they would implement based off our feedback.
Yeah, as soon as this question came up, I was going to jump right into that. I was going to say, like, we have an existing relationship with CommMarker, and it is not an uncommon occurrence for us to kind of wield our leverage a little bit to help people get responses or get attention faster when they require support or a replacement part. I find us pretty regularly wielding that leverage to help people out that have bought machines from companies we have an existing relationship with. So that's always a bonus. I wouldn't base buying a machine off of that, but it's something to consider.
Yeah.
It's like a diamond sword. You just wield it when you need to.
Yeah. So if you're okay with that answer, cool. The additional information I would provide in that case, where we don't know if you're looking for an all-in-one or a split, or if you don't care about that at all and you want to go pew-pew with your fiber laser. If you're okay with a split style system, it's a lot more common. Can often find them from more vendors, and it's just easier to work on. So if you ever needed to open it up and replace a part, it's not like a laptop where everything is shoved in and compacted in layers. So it kind of depends on what you want and what you care about in that. Some things there to kind of unpack and determine whether or not you care about it or not. But we do have in the buying guide, there's like, I think 6 different brands of galvo lasers that you can pick from, something like that. Yeah. Where we have had hands-on of an actual customer release unit, like one that comes off the production line ready to go to a customer, not a pre-production unit. And they do have long-standing good support, and they do have good customer service and a long history of solid reviews. So you have a wide array of options if you're looking for a recommendation from us.
We need to update and add some more CommMarker though, because their machine is a nice machine to that list.
You guys know what I miss. Here.
I miss boys too.
This is the face he makes when he's on the podcast not talking.
I thought you were gonna say on the pot. I was like,
it's been 83 years.
Yeah, I miss boys.
Boys.
F in the chat for boys.
Yeah, drop an F-bomb in the chat for boys.
Not what that means.
All right, we do widgets. We got another question. We do widgets. Kyle, where did you get the rotary that you used in that video?
It's a good question. So funny enough, I have 2 of them. One came with technically it came with the Makira, but it's actually set up for the Wisely. But I got a second one with the UV. So you got some options there. I believe they also basically every brand has a version of it. Those 2 happen to be, if they're not identical, they're very, very similar. But really the only major difference would be the mounting hole locations based off of which D80 you have that goes with it. So that would be the differentiating factor. So you can get it from almost any laser manufacturer, I'm willing to bet.
Do you remember what that one is called? Like, is it a special name on it? So when people ask to look,
it is. Depending on the manufacturer you go to, it has a different title as a line item on their accessories. But just say wine glass rotary and it has a springy thingy, and they'll know what you're talking about. But it has comes with a bunch of adapters that screw on to the end of that fixture plate. And on the other side, you have your D80 rotary, and you have a piece that chucks into the rotary. And typically one end you'll have like a flat, and on the other end you'll have a cone or an inverted cone. So depending on what you're marking, it's kind of designed to do tumblers or wine glasses or whatever in volume. And you literally can set up like a foot pedal to the back of what springs in and out. And you can set it up so you can literally grab the glass, step on the thing, pull the wine glass out, put the new wine glass in, gently release the foot pedal or whatever you're using. And it's pretty nifty.
There you go. Sweet. Yeah, I haven't used mine. I have one that's just been sitting over there waiting for a use case. And it's like,
I wanted to use mine with the CO2 Galvo a couple of times now, but unfortunately they just don't make cones big enough for what I wanted to do with it. So I'm probably going to have to try and 3D print some.
I think, isn't that the thing that Alex Campbell had come up with, like a silicone one that he had used or something? Like he created something for it.
I think he used a dowel and spray foam.
Okay.
Or something like that.
I remember it was like a car, like it fit perfectly for it though.
The headache with that is when spray foam expands, it expands and pushes things around as it expands. So if the dowel isn't like perfectly in the center of the tumbler when you put it in and the spray foam expands and solidifies, if it gets pushed off center at all, you now have, instead of a perfectly rotating tumbler, you now have, it's like the flat tire effect where it's going oblong. And
it's on like an elliptical path.
Yeah. So
it's funny.
That's the downside to doing something like that, but it's totally an option.
The other thing that you could do too, and this is where Kyle and I were literally talking about it today. So this is what I use on my UV, if somebody can zoom in on me. And this is the low roller from Rotoboss. And one of the things that you'll notice when you watch Kyle's video is he talks about how when you have you can kind of see the two wheels right in front of me. And so basically what you've got there is this is on a tower where it can actually raise to go up. So if you've got something that has like a pint glass where it's got that really bad taper, you can handle that and it still lays flat on the surface of the machine. And so this literally has some locks in place where you slide it in and then you're good to go. So that's another option, but way more costly, but also efficiency wise, you can move things in and out easily. It's super dependable and it's got the roller rotary, which I like roller rotary a lot. So
yeah. So when it comes to rotary and what you're working on and project dependence and all that, so you got some options there. I hope it helps.
Rashad says, hey, gents, could you recommend a good source for replacing mirrors on a CO2 laser? I have 150 watt.
Oh my God, can I?
It's a good question. That's a fair question because a lot of small vendors don't keep mirrors rated for that.
Under laser parts, focusing lenses, I know for a fact that light objects lenses are rated for that wattage. So I would highly recommend you go check them out. They
carry the high quality stuff.
They have literally, like everything you could possibly want in every composition and every focal length. So I'd go check out Light Object for sure. There's a link in the buying guide.
That's for the mirrors too?
Yep, he sells mirrors and lenses. Yeah, I just clicked the lenses one. Yeah. There's a whole page for mirrors as well.
Just making sure everybody knows he's got all the stuff.
Yep.
And he's in California, which is really nice. It should be a pretty quick turnaround.
Key factor there is make sure you have the diameter right when you pick out your lenses.
Yeah, that's a big
diameter is the big.
That's a Jimmy problem.
Got to get your diameter right.
Jimmy,
you can leave that one. All right. Mike C says it came up in a previous stream that Matt has been having success pushing the CO2 Galvo beyond its typical use case. Can I give more details about that? I don't know if it's about typical use case so much as it is just I feel like I've been hitting its stride. So I've had this machine for a year and some change, basically, and it intimidated me for a while. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like someone who works with lasers all the time, I was like, man, I'll mess with that later. I'll get to it. And basically this Christmas, I really didn't have an opportunity. I had to use it because it was like, okay, time to, suck it up and go. Cause I had quite a few orders on cups and tumblers. And so basically I figured out how to get cups done very quickly. This cup back here, which is it's like a full burn. Boom, right there. Look at that. Tough actin connect. Boom. The whole way up and down the cup, it's like, I think this was a 2 minute and 8 second burn. So I've had really good success with that, finding the right settings for it. The other thing is, if you saw where I was using the keys, so I literally used the CO2 laser to cut out like 50 keys because I had realtors who did engraving, 50 to 100 keys, where it literally was like a little snowflake, their address, and it was such small print. I mean, it was like the size of the print, right here on this pin, like super tiny stuff. I was able to use the 200 millimeter lens and shoot down 2 or 3 at a time and really get some great results out of it. So yes, we are doing footage. I'm actually filming something right now using the Laser Max that Johnson Plastics Plus sent over to talk about settings where basically I can kind of one shot really fast any type of item under there. And it's surprising. What's really surprising too is the CO2 Galvo, the settings differ based on the color just a little bit so that I can one shot it, just zoop. So I was really surprised that red versus blue or black had some different settings. And I do give you all the settings.
You were surprised by that?
For a CO2, yeah. Like usually with CO2, I threw this on there in bright red. It's the same as black. It's the same, So
you're working at generally like lower power scales with the Romark, right? Than you would be with like a powder coat.
Well, and sometimes too, it was the frequency. So yes, to answer your question, but also it was the frequency. I just changed just a little bit. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by one shot is there's no cleanup. Like I can pull it off of the laser and it's done. Right.
Yeah.
So what's really interesting is like red, pink, and I think navy blue had different settings, and it wasn't a ton, but it was noticeable where I was like, you know what, let me try running it. Some of them have like a flood fill and some of them I didn't have to. So it's just really interesting to kind of punch through that. Like maybe it's the reflectivity of it.
So I think what makes the powder coated tumbler special with CO2 lasers, it's the combination of those things that's special, because you are using the CO2 laser that's going to mow through any color regardless, as long as the power is high enough. And the tumbler is essentially a bulletproof backing that you're not going to hurt with the CO2 laser. But that's not the case with the Romark, right? With the Romark, you've got burnable, meltable acrylic underneath a very thin layer of burnable, meltable
burning
acrylic.
Point is very low.
So I think that the reflectivity is going to play a much larger role in your settings that you end up putting down range color wise for something like Romark, where you don't have that bulletproof backstop to catch, an immense amount of power that you're putting down to.
The other thing too is the amount of heat that you apply through it. So flood fill actually came in really handy, almost like how we had that. Remember how there was that theory that EasyCAD shot stuff all around the place to keep the temperature even or whatever? Like everybody always wondered, why did it do that? Like, honestly, I wonder if the flood fill did the same thing. So I'll get into it in a video or something. I don't want to keep yapping about it. But there also was the tri-ply, which was like the triple ply, and where it was white, red, and black. And it was really interesting.
That at some point. I have not had any of that. I bet they sent me some.
But long story short, I was able to zap it. And then the white setting, again, reflectivity, I feel like, because the white was I had to hit it twice. So I still haven't figured out a one shot for white. But anyways, we can nerd out on the plastics. But the cool thing is anything that's within the 8-inch window for me right now is pretty much a one shot with plastics. And then the next goal would be bump in the 300 and kind of see from there. Because most people are going to have like 1 foot signs. I feel like is kind of a standard 1 foot by X, So that'll be the next one. Definitely have some stuff coming. Going to be talking about the CO2 Galvo a lot this year.
Cool.
I have a lot of jigs.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun too.
Yeah, I've been going through some iterations and testing them out on the CO2 Galvo because it's convenient.
Nice.
You guys are
so excited.
I made
I didn't know how to follow it up. So
I created a product. It's fine, I guess.
It'll basically revolutionize how the laser industry works.
All right. Oh yeah, dude.
Engraving.
Richie was here and gone like hella fast. He was like, "Hey guys, I'm at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo," and then he's like, "Goodbye, I'm really busy," and he left.
He said, "Howdy do and howdy don't."
I was like, "Man,
good thing he's busy.
He's busy today."
One more time on this one. Laser. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Laura.
Here we go. Troy from DST Precision says, "Thank you for the videos. I joined the LMA. I did a search of where to start. Still not sure. I'm currently doing the crash course for light burn. No experience with lasers. It was delivered today. Well, first of all, welcome. To the LMA. If you're not sure where to start, if you could tell us, like, not sure where to start in total with lasers, or was the LMA a lot of information? Because if it was, I have a video that's coming out soon that literally talks about how to effectively use the LMA. If you're a free visiting member, if you're someone who's one of our alpha or beta members, or if you are a gamma member where you can have all the forum stuff.
The light burn for Galvo, is that what he said? Galvo or gantry?
Correct. Galvo.
Light burn for Galvo crash course is an excellent place to start. It's probably the most filled out course. Hopefully you watched the prerequisite video. And then, we've got a ton of videos on basics, getting things configured, and then actually using the software. It's the most, I don't know. I think this is like our most complete.
It's the most organized playlist.
By far the most organized. Yeah. So if you're here, great place to be. Then branch out into the other weird shit for sure. One of the things I've been working on lately, and I haven't really talked about it, is up here at the top. We've got 3 big sections. We've got Laser Everything Live, and the Laser Source podcast. Everybody can see these. You don't have to pay to get access to these 3 things right here. And under Laser Everything, I've actually been breaking our videos up into categories and episode number, so that they're really easy to find exactly what you're looking for. You can click it. All the links are there, super easy. And then the video's there. And then when you're done, you can move on to the next episode. So if you're looking to get through some backlogged content and you're looking for a specific type of content that you really watch, this is like a handy little TV guide that I've been working on, where you can find exactly what you're looking for in like 2 seconds and then drop the thing down and you've got all the episodes of that series. Obviously, there's a ton of stuff missing, right? There's LE 088, 85, and 84 here, and then there's 80-something episodes missing. I'm working on kind of catching up the backlog. The old system we had on the LMA was literally just a giant infinite list of all of the episodes, and that wasn't really helpful to anybody. I think that this is a much more organized approach to kind of curating the episodes for you guys so that you can find what you're looking for easily. It just takes some manual labor to sit here and kind of repost the backlog to it. But slowly but surely, this list is expanding. It used to be like 2 categories and like 5 videos, and now there's quite a bit more than that. The same thing goes for Laser Everything Live. So here you can see Laser Source Live right here. We've got a ton of the live episodes in order, as well as some of our past live streams. Again, I will expand on this soon. It's going to be quite a big list. And the Laser Source podcast, if you wanted to just kind of catch up on what's been going on with Laser Source, this is kind of what all of these lists will eventually look like, where we've just got a nice straightforward list. All of the episodes are numbered with our internal file numbering structure, which is really nice. So if somebody's like, hey, on Laser Source episode 78, you said X, and I was wondering why, I can literally go find LS118. That's how we organize them in our archive on our servers for storage. And we can look back. We'll know exactly what episode you're talking about. So I'm really excited to move over to this structure on the LMA. I think you guys are going to find it super useful for finding what you want. And I'm super excited for us to be able to help you guys better, knowing exactly what you're referencing. And every single one of these categories has its own kind of like category prefix up here. So it's pretty substantial. And that is all I have to say about that.
So we just got a new member that joined the channel. Katie Mullinax. Hey.
Katie.
I hope I'm saying her name right. And that's why, so she is actually one of the people I was telling you guys about. I'll keep the name up there while I talk about it.
Mullinax is what would happen if you bred Michael Mullins with a Snorlax.
It's so stupid, but also accurate. So I actually am having my 10th anniversary this year for my wedding. Yeah. So just to show you guys, ta-da! Right. So just little, these are like the cute little bars you probably have seen a few places online, but I got gold, rose gold, black. There was, I think, stainless steel too. They're really nice. It comes with a chain and everything you need to kind of put it together, and great pricing. she also gave us a code today to hand out. Like I asked her, I was like, hey, do you mind if I mention it? Because it was good shipping. Everything was great. And I said, hey, do you mind if I talk about you? And she said, no, here's a code for you guys. So the promo code is just laser everything. If you head over to her shop, Monarch Pines, and maybe she can tell us in the chat so we can show, but it's Monarch Pines. Really, really enjoyed what I got. Annie Hoozle. So just another really cool product and another really nice lady. She reached out. She was like, absolutely share anything you make on the page. Laura looks like she's bought. She said they have great jewelry on their page. You can look them up on Facebook, I know too. So Monarch Pines, just throwing a little love out there for them to help out other makers like us. So again, I don't want to pull it out of the bag because my hands are get it all messed up, but like just a nice, cute, simple heart necklace. And the necklace that comes with it is really nice too. Frank said, I'm looking at an 80-watt fiber that comes with a rotary. What height should the tower be to allow the rotary? Oh, that's a good question. To be used with, I'm assuming, is a 300 by 300 lens, or maybe 30 centimeter by 30.
Always 80 centimeter towers.
80 centimeters or 800 millimeters.
You could do like a 500 millimeter tower and then bank on the fact that you're gonna have to put a riser on it. So, but if you're already ordering the fiber, see if they carry an 800.
I've gotten to the
tower.
point. I'm almost certain they will. I've gotten to the point where even like when people have low wattage lasers, I think 80 centimeter towers are the way to, like, unless you literally can't fit it, it just isn't going to work for your space. I would get one. If you have to get one smaller than that for footprint reasons, so be it. But if you can fit an 80 centimeter tower, I would just get an 80 centimeter tower.
So I've actually got all of them. I've got a 50, a 70, and an 80 right here behind me just to show you guys what they look like and why they might be the right one for you. So the 50 is in the middle. Whoop, there you go. The 70 is over here, right? Just a little bit higher. And then you've got the 80 that's even bigger, but it's got a Z on it. And so you can see how even though it's 80 centimeters, it's still got like another probably 10 to 15 on there, like 4 or 5 inches on there. So it's just a lot. Just make sure that you measure out your space and ask them what will it be when assembled is what Alex was, I think, just saying, right? Just to make sure that you've got that covered.
Why did you mute me? Mute you.
You were typing.
Like a fiend. Anyways, so yeah, so that's the thing. Just make sure you guys know what you're looking for. But I do have an 8 or an 80 centimeter that I got to put in place that 50 that I've had for, is it 2 years now, Kyle?
Coming on it. Yeah, I think so.
2 years.
It's been 83 years.
All right. But anyways, so yeah, I definitely would agree with that. We're going with that one. Next one. Pucking Around says, any thoughts on Rotoboss that is made just for the Galvo? It's their new grip. Oh, the Talon. We were literally just talking about that today. I would love to get one, but it's one of those things where, like, unless I get a large enough order that would justify getting it, because I've already got that low roller. We'll say what's nice about the Talon is the versatility that you get. So my low roller is great for like glasses, pint glasses, cylindrical items that are between X and Y length. But the grip and the Talon both are made for basically anything from small to large. Like I think Jason was saying you can do dog bowls, right?
Yeah.
And so it can expand out. And so he actually made a great video too to kind of display what it does. I think it's another great tool. It's also really, so talking about what he just mentioned above, guy right back here. So this chuck rotary is probably like 15 centimeters up, versus the Talon, which is really small and just fits right onto the bed. So you might be able to do a tumbler without having to have that huge tower or having to buy a whole new tower too. So that's something else to consider when you're looking at those, because Jason's design does go onto, he basically has a bar that attaches to the plate, and then you can attach it to that and you're off and running.
I'm as entry level as it gets with rotaries right now. I have everything I have is chuck rotary. So
yeah. And if anybody has one of those, by the way, like you've already ordered it, let us know. Like we'd love to hear what you got. Let's see. Mike C said, what size servos do they usually use? The NEMA 23s. I'm not sure what he was talking about.
I think he asked that back when we were talking about the chuck rotary and the wine adapter.
This
I don't
would
know. I
be
can measure.
the D80s.
Yeah.
It's a 23, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll measure.
It's a standard one. It's the same size as the one that I've got right back here. So
I
don't
think,
look at that.
I think it's 23.
Put money on it.
Yeah,
All right.
$50.
I will bet the $49.99 that we got from Laura that you're right. All right.
It's a low stakes. This is a low stakes game.
For me, yeah. I definitely don't bet with money I don't have. But thank you, Laura. I'm going to make money with your money. All right. So Katie, we said hi to. So thank you, Katie, for joining the channel and also for the cool order. What you got, Kyle? All right. And then the last one. This is a quick one that we can answer. So Ed C, back from last week. What's up, Ed? Said, hi, on the fibers I've been looking at that I'm seeing it listed as a split unit with numbers. Does that mean different powers? Alex, do you still have your buying guide pulled up?
I can have it pulled back up in 2 seconds.
Because like we have links to Amazon. So the best example, if you're looking at Amazon, by the way, we have links to Amazon on our buying guide. And that'd be a good place to show people. So the answer is yes. Usually it's different power levels. So what they do is they show you a split unit, and then they usually have options for you to choose from. So like they make that unit in a 20 watt, a 30, a 50, a 60. You'll also see the different ones. Yeah, so we could take a look at some of these probably, and you can see. So they basically have the same listing, and they also will allow you to choose the different lenses too. So sometimes if you see like 300 by 300 or a 200 by 200, Amazon does actually have the selection and the ability to let you choose different lenses, but sometimes they actually have separate listings also for like a 175 by 175, and it's only that one. So just be really mindful of what you're buying and always press contact seller. You can always communicate with the seller. Just remember, anytime you're buying through a company that might be located in China, you're probably going to be 12 hours behind, if not more, depending on your location to them. Like, so I know for the East Coast, we're literally like when it's 9 p.m. here, it's 9 a.m. In most of the provinces that we deal with. So just one of those things to consider. If you ask a question at nighttime, you probably will not get a response right away. So just a heads up. Were you able to find one?
I'm looking for like a really solid.
I'm pretty sure it's a 23.
And I'm not getting one. But yeah, so US stock, 60 watt. That's the wattage of the laser. M7 is the type of JPT source inside of the machine. This is the model number of that source.
Can you show what you're looking at?
FLP. Oh, you guys can't see it?
Nope.
Oh, I'm just sharing the tab. I've been scrolling around on Amazon. I didn't even take you guys with me.
Daddy's got to go do work. Stay in the car.
Let's try that again. So here we've got, again, US stock, self-explanatory. 60 watts. That's the wattage of the machine. JPT M7 is the type of source inside of the machine. The source is the thing that generates the laser beam. MOPA is an adjective used to describe that source type, which means you control your pulse width. If you don't know what that means, go start on one of the crash courses and watch the Everything You Need to Know About Galvo Lasers episode. The YDFLP 60M7M-R is the model number for this JPT laser source, which can or cannot matter to you depending on your situation. Fiber laser marking machine, got it. It's just a bunch of random tag words. 175 by 175 millimeter. This is the lens that ships with the machine by default. You could definitely get a different lens, I'm sure, if you reach out to them and ask them. With an 80 millimeter rotary axis. So 80 millimeter rotary is this. It's the D80. It's a chuck rotary. Most, if not all, of the rotaries that come with these style machines are chuck rotaries. So D80 is just describing the diameter. 80 millimeter rotary axis, compatible with light burn, which means it's probably got an EasyCAD 2 card in it, so you can use it with light burn. So that's what all the numbers mean, essentially.
One thing also to share, if you are somebody who's trying to buy something and you wanted a couple of lenses, reach out to one of us, either on Facebook, on Discord, on the LMA, and we have Vanus is one of our guys that we talk to often. So we can actually say like, hey, this person wanted to add this. So like if you were having difficulty getting a hold of them, besides going here and buying them, you could also reach out to us and we can kind of make that connection to make sure you get those things. Because I don't mind doing it anyways. I don't know about you guys. It's not a big deal.
It's not. The buying guide is also here. So
Yeah.
tons and tons of lenses from different companies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shoot us an email at contact. Like we had somebody yesterday just said, "Hey, I'm trying to buy a lens. Is this the right one for my machine?" They emailed contact at lasereverything.net. I literally, for 2 hours a day in the morning, I sip coffee and answer emails, and it's like, "Yep, that looks like a great one. Here you go. Here's another couple." Just saying. Yep. So reach out to us, talk to us. We'll have some coffee talk.
Coffee
talk with Linda Richmond.
Oh,
yeah. All right. I'm getting off a clipped. Arroyo says, "Hello guys, cheers from Panama. I have a fiber laser with a 110 lens. I noticed that I'm getting choppy engraving when the image height is more than 70 to 80 millimeters. Thoughts?"
Choppy engraving.
Maybe he's getting distortion as he gets closer to the edges of his lens. Like it's not correct.
Are you sure it's related to the height of the image and not related to the jump distance or delay?
It's a good question.
Have you done your galvo laser timing? I want to see a picture. I'm not choppy engraving could mean a lot of different things, and seeing a photo of the results that you're getting, especially like here's when it's working, here's when it's not working, and being able to see the difference between the two would really, really help us to diagnose
if you
the
can
issue.
If you can drop that into Discord
fiber chat,
I'll pull it up and share screen, and we can look at it together.
Yeah, and just make sure to add us so that we can see it, or at one of the mods, because we have some awesome mods in our Discord. They might answer it before you even see it. Just saying. I wonder too if it's 70 to 80 millimeters of height, or if it's just like as he approaches, the edges of the workspace too.
You can also post your picture on the Facebook group if that's easier.
Another thing, is it an F110? Because an F110 would be a 70 or 80 millimeter work area. And if you have it set up as a 110 millimeter work area, it would explain why it's chopping.
He said yes to your question, which I don't know which one. He said, "I think so. It's okay if I do smaller images," is what he said. So he's actually here a lot.
Yeah, I think you got super smart there on that one, Kyle. It's probably a 70 millimeter lens.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I would say I think it could be either one of the two things. If it's larger, it could be jump distance depending on what the image is that you're burning, and if it's a vector rather. If it's a raster, I guess it wouldn't be, but it's a 110 work area. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if you can drop a photo into fiber chat, we might be able to answer it before we head out here.
Yep. And then last one of the night, maybe Mark says, "I can get free dried pine and balsam lumber for my job. Would that work with a laser?" Yes, but with a fiber laser, maybe no.
Definitely not pine.
Yeah, pine will light up a blaze.
So I do love pine.
It holds on to that sap.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the way pine engraves.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. If you can get, so a couple of things. I saw a few people in the chat and they were literally talking about how it's great if you can use the lumber from a pallet. I would absolutely agree with that. One thing to make sure though, if you see tons and tons and tons of black smoke coming off of that pallet, there's a chance that it might have chemical treatment on it.
It may not just be kiln dried.
Yeah, so it might not be kiln dried. It might have a chemical treatment on it to, keep it. So just be really aware of that and make sure you have really strong and capable exhaust if you're going to continue to use that. I would just not use it personally. And then you could use it for other stuff, like maybe an unengraved part or a piece or building like a little table or something.
Build something with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but just if you see, and when I say black smoke, I mean billowing smoke. Like you'll see it and be like, that looks weird.
A lot of pallets will actually have like a coating on the side or a serialization. You can Google the pallet terms that go along with that, and you can determine what type of treatment it was given. A lot of them are kiln dried, but there are a lot of them that are treated for use with chemicals or general packing of like hardware and stuff like that. And usually those are treated with chemicals to prevent insects from burrowing in on long water voyages, and and be careful.
Luckily, TrueTech said excellent safety point, and Frank said, yep, same thing. Save it for the CNC. So if you are somebody who because dude, when I first started, the very first thing I ever laser engraved was a palette. I just went and got my chop saw and was like, whomp, whomp, and I made little signs for my kids' bedroom doors.
Good test wood.
Yeah, and it was great because it wasn't chemically treated. And then one day I put something in it. I'm like, oh my God, those are the same settings. Like, what is happening? So yeah, just
I don't know if this is just anecdotal on my part or what, but in my experience, like treated wood is way heavier. Like when it's in a pallet. So like if you like pick up a pallet and then you pick up a pallet that's made out of treated wood, like that one's twice as heavy as it should be. That might just be in my head. Certainly don't use that as a measure before deciding whether or not to laser it, but I don't know if that's a weird thing that I only think in my head or what.
Yeah, well, here's a good anecdotal.
Saying it out loud now.
So Alicia just jumped in from the laser lounge. Hey, Alicia. And literally, so we were just talking about people who use pallet wood, Alicia, and she's saying, oh man, I jumped in at a good time. If you can, always kiln dry your wood. I had a bug crawl out of a piece of olive wood. I will never forget her sending that picture in the group on Facebook. It was like the end of your pinky big. Yeah. It like crawled out of this olive wood. So it made its way across the world, burrowed in, took a nap, woke up in Texas, and was just like, let me go say hey to Alicia.
What up, girl?
It's not good.
That was so gross.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyways,
no,
all right, let's see. I think that's it. Unless we're waiting on
I did not
Arroyo, but I think he's gonna post it in Facebook or
see an
Discord.
image.
Okay, well we'll follow up with you on social media for sure. There's the Facebook group, there is the Discord. Both of those are entirely free. Or you can throw us a couple bucks, go sign up for a month over at the LMA, over at masters.lasereverything.net. It's the #1 way to support the channel, guys. We really appreciate everybody that signs up over there to support the channel. We would not be doing this job without you. I wouldn't have Matt and Kyle. I'd be making videos like once a month at best. So if you really do enjoy Laser Everything and you're not signed up at best, and you're not signed up over at the LMA, go check it out, please. It's masters.lasereverything.net. Also, while you're out and about, don't forget to check out Kyle's mini PC review if you haven't already. It's a really cool episode. I want one of these now. And Kyle was like, you should make an episode out of that. I want one to put on that cart we had at LBX to make that the little shop computer, and you can just push it around on the cart and it'll be like mounted to the back of the monitor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch this episode. There's a link in the description. It's great. Also, Kyle's UV marking tutorial video came out literally this evening, and it is super good and a lot of fun to watch. So if you haven't seen this one, I'll make sure we throw a link to this episode down in the description too, or you can just go to the channel homepage. It's right up at the top.
Yeah, Alicia was saying she watched it today and it was great.
Yep. Real quick, Sargon says, I thought my membership renewed automatically, but I'm getting a renew your channel membership. How do I find if my channel membership renewed? Right below the stream, you'll see where you're subscribed. And if it didn't renew, you'll see a join button to the left of your subscribe button. Or I don't know which way I'm pointing because I'm reversed.
Mirrored or not.
So you'll see a join button there, or you can manage your channel membership from there. Hope that helps.
That's not all, Matt. Matt had one more thing he wanted to say.
Oh boy. Okay.
No, I was just gonna. I hate you so much.
And one final note. Shout out to our sponsor for the Laser Source podcast, Johnson Plastics Plus. We didn't mention you guys at the beginning, but we will mention you here at the end. You are so kind and courteous to allow us to do this terrible show, and we really, really appreciate it. So shout out to JP Plus, guys. There's a link, of course, down in the description of this episode, so you can take 15% off your next order and go nuts. And plus it helps out the channel because it's an affiliate link, so you guys can check that out if you deem it necessary. But that's all I've got, guys. Thank you so much for listening or watching this episode of the Laser Source podcast, and we three will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.